Bamm Ericsen here with AFTERBUZZ TV for Empire Season 3, Episode 5, titled One Before Another, directed by Mario Van Peebles. So, Jill, you Team Becky, Team Javier?
You know, I am Team Becky. There's an I told you so in there. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
Let's go. Hit the music.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Small world, all the friends know me.
I'm doing my own mannequin challenge, you guys. Nobody else is doing it with me, just me. So
you gotta let me move the camera for you and pan back to you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Bamm Ericsen with AFTERBUZZ TV. You can follow me on our social media at Bamm Ericsen.
I'm Jill Munroe, and you can follow me not doing the mannequin challenge at Stiletto Jill everywhere.
Hey guys, I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can follow me on all social media at Abigail Fraher.
And it's your girl Rhavin with the V here, and you can find me at B Stays Busy. Glad to be here.
All right, thank you. So thank you for joining us, ladies. And so let's get right into last night's episode. So we have Becky, Javier, Javier, and Becky. So as you said, you are Team Becky. Now you're the music head, so I'm gonna let you drop this storyline.
I am Team Becky because one, I told you, you guys said, I think it was when Stefan was here, Becky should go hard. She should assert herself. No, they're not gonna respect Becky until she goes elsewhere to earn her props. They don't care about her opinion. She probably shouldn't have lied. I'm not mad that she sort of went with her gut because you have to do that in music and take chances. But she's never going to get the respect she deserves.
Okay, what do you guys think?
I think I agree with you. That's what I was thinking too on the last episode. I was like, no one appreciates you until you really, I agree, put your foot down and kind of say, I can do this somewhere else. But I thought it was funny how the whole it's business thing kind of came full circle.
That was the theme of the episode. Yeah. Everything was business.
All business. And I mean...
Hi, we miss you too, Erica.
Hey, girl, hey.
I'm sorry, I'm in the chat, so I'm just shouting everybody out really quick. What's going on? There's somebody else in there, Amani. Yeah, we're popping.
Everybody. But I have to be Team Becky because I know her. I don't know Javier.
That's a good point.
New, and I can appreciate a white guy that has a black girlfriend, because I have a white boyfriend. But some of the things he was saying, it was just kind of like, I feel like he was trying a little too hard. I don't know why.
Okay, well then this is my opportunity to be Team Javier.
Let's go.
I'm Team Javier because it made sense. So they're trying to pick Tiana's lead single. Sometimes if you are not controlling your brand, if you are not a Mariah Carey or a Beyonce or someone who can say, this is my first single, this is my third, this is my fourth, and then this is what I'm just going to drop for the fans as a free
not
download.
That hot. Yeah.
Tiana, you're not that hot. So therefore, it makes sense for them. She performed the song in Leviticus. It was hot. People are asking about it. So if it's available for download, just make the damn song a single. And then after that,
I agree with the song choice.
Yeah,
right.
They didn't have to. I don't understand why she had to re-record it. If the live performance went and it was on the stream and that's what everyone liked, just let her. Let the. I mean, I know that there's no such thing as a B-side anymore or a B single, but make that part of the extension with the new song. Keep the artist happy and make those streams happen.
I'm just Team Becky for advancement.
I see Becky's choice was stupid, but her as a person.
I mean, I feel like, she's going to be gunning for Javier anyway because that was the spot she wanted.
Becky, the person, has nothing to do with the storyline and what the stupid thing she did. So how can you guys be Team Becky when, A, she was wrong about what she did, she wound up getting kicked off or fired or removed from Tiana. How are y'all Team Becky? I don't get it.
I don't know because the underlying storyline was that she was being underappreciated. So I feel like I'm just Team Becky in the sense that I want her to be more appreciated. And if she has to go elsewhere to do that, then she took a chance and it didn't work in her favor. But every now and then you need to take a chance.
It was a dumb chance. She should have.
It was but
but for her to trust Javier and say, okay,
that was faulty.
So Javier, you like the song. So now what I need you to do is I need you to help me convince Cookie. Why would you say this?
I feel stupid.
Why would you say this to a man who belittles you or you think you're being belittled and he plays that whole man woman?
He just stepped in the game too with you. I mean, he's been in the game long enough for them to pick him as
She was trying to build a bridge to a common ground because ultimately what everybody wants is a hit, right? So I think she felt like she had no option but to trust him because he was there and he could have blown the whistle right then, or she could have recorded with Tiana, got a hit out of her, and that was her thinking.
I
that
get that she was
would
trying to
cheer.
build an alliance with him, but at the end of the day, his loyalty is not to her; it's to the boss, which is Cookie. So I get that part, but I still want her to leave. I want her to go and
Well,
spread
if she
her
leave,
wings.
then she gonna need a new job because.
Yeah, remember her. Boo?
I'm talking about a different show on Fox or something.
Sure.
Because-
Well, that's
how that
Well,
storyline would
no, because
continue.
her boo is still kind of. I mean, her
There
boo
could be
can
some
make a
rivalry
comeback.
storyline
Yeah.
between.
Now, I will say this. I'm Team Gabby. And so I'm happy that they're giving her a bigger storyline because, as I
Yes.
said before, she's an Oscar-nominated actress.
Yes.
And I just feel like y'all can get at to somebody else.
Yeah.
But,
true.
but anything else on Becky Javier before we move forward? Okay, so now there was a lot of relationships. So now let's start from the small, then go big. So D Major came back, which I thought was another waste of a.
Is that Romeo?
That's
No.
Tobias.
That's
That's the producer guy.
That's the down.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So
okay.
he was the guy who came in
With Jamal.
Yeah. And D Major still has feelings or wants to hit or smash or whatever the situation is, and Jamal was like, "Nope, bruh,
I was
just
proud
producing."
of Jamal for
I
that.
think that's why
Yeah.
they kind of brought him back just to show, because the last thing we saw was Lucious kind of telling him like, don't be no bitch, don't be his, at least, because
Man
he does
up.
that all the time. So I think it was good to show that, so we saw that he had a little
But
backbone.
isn't that what a lot of, not all, but isn't that what a lot of
Most.
producers do in the studio is,
Yes.
try and
so I
forge
heard.
a relationship with the talent because,
It keeps them a job longer too.
Yeah, maybe.
That's drama.
All I can say is, at least the actor Tobias, he got a free trip to Chicago to shoot that one little scene.
Boom. There it is.
So now let's go to Cookie and Angelo. So can this relationship work as long as Lucious is alive?
I mean, anybody that is going to deal with Cookie is going to have to be comfortable with the fact that Lucious is never say die. She's always mine, and he's going to try and interfere. They just have to have a strong enough personality that maybe at some point Lucious will get distracted for a little while, but you have to be ready for that. He's not going anyplace.
I also think the biggest part that matters is Cookie's wall. She has to be willing to lower her wall, her guards with him, because she doesn't really give him a chance. She's like on
And
10 with him a lot.
And he mentioned that he was like, she's like, you don't know me. And he's
like, I
like,
can't.
well, I can't know you.
Right. I feel like he keeps trying. He keeps pushing and pushing, and finally,
Which I appreciate about
right.
him.
I was like, yes, just keep at it. It'll happen. Like she'll calm down eventually. But at the I feel like later he really proved himself to me in this episode.
Yeah, because she came for him.
Yeah.
She came for him with the whole Peel thing.
I mean, I think he likes her spunk, so he doesn't mind her coming for him because then it gets him a chance to sort of counter with whatever his moves are, and he always comes through with a very balanced attack. He's charming her.
I just
so.
don't want him to give up.
He's always so calm.
I don't
about
think
it.
he's going to give up because
Yeah.
I think the chase is what's intriguing him because
Right.
he's used to women, because he's wealthy and whatever.
And
Just
he's
kind of
used to a
like,
different type of women, too.
yeah. So
He's totally used to women swooning at his feet. So this is a challenge for him. And so therefore, he's going to keep fighting, which I thought was cool. But do you think that if Cookie don't get her stuff together, that she's going to lose out on a good man?
I feel like there's an opportunity to lose out on good men because that forever connection to Lucious. And Lucious won't give up.
But
see, I don't think it's Lucious. I think it's
I
her.
think it's her.
And I don't
Yeah.
think it's Lucious either because Lucious wasn't involved in their relationship this week.
Right.
I mean, him having Cookie, so that was
That's probably
About the family.
That's
That was
probably
about
for
the
the
family.
family.
that was
Protection.
purely about the family, and I think maybe if she would have explained that to him, maybe communicated, hey, there's something going on with my family. Well, she did say sorry when she was being pulled away, but I think later on in that conversation when she kicked him out the house, if you would have had some kind of conversation, then maybe it wouldn't have gotten as ugly as it did before it got resolved.
I think that, but I think Angelo gets it. I don't think that he is confused or not understanding who Lucious is, how he tries to control things, and so forth. I think that in itself too is a bit entertaining to him because I think he enjoys
Right.
going one-on-one with Lucious. So I don't think that to your point that you just mentioned, that's the real barrier for them. I think it's Cookie, letting him in a little bit.
I just need her to I just need her to do a balance, not just let go completely, but
You
like
can't be balanced.
give it
Cookie got issues
give it a little
too.
chance.
Yeah.
Let go and let love. Let love, Cookie. Let love. Got a good one.
And then also you have to remember, prior to someone like Angelo, the other dude that she dated that's in the genre of Angelo was the square boy that we see the flashbacks with.
Is that Barry?
Yeah, Barry.
Barry. So it could be just fear of a good man.
I think. Well, remember,
Sometimes
Lucious
you're not
got
used to
Barry.
it.
Lucious got Barry beat up, so maybe she doesn't want to be responsible for a good guy.
Yeah.
She also didn't help to have Barry not beat up. She just
Right,
let him
she
walk
kinda
him
just
outside.
stood-
Yeah.
Just like,
I feel like
oh.
Angelo though is a little more of a man than
Savvy,
Barry. I mean, he's
yeah.
obviously older,
Yeah.
but I think that he knows exactly what he's signed up for.
No,
Whereas
I think
Barry,
that-
I think, had no
Oh,
clue,
yeah.
kind of.
Oh,
And
that's a
I
good
think
point,
that
too.
Barry was intimidated by Lucious. I don't
Yeah.
really think Angelo is
Is
necessarily.
not. And the last thing that we'll do before we move on, what's your take? How do you think this is gonna go well, or how do you guys think this is gonna end with Angelo saying, "I don't mind stepping up to Lucious," and the whole thing with him now running for mayor?
That's gonna get tricky because at some point
Super ugly.
somebody is going to be like, "You can't date her." I mean, we all know it. But then again, we live in a different time now, so maybe it won't matter that she's an ex-con.
Oh, it's totally gonna matter.
I'm kind
It's totally.
of excited. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Go
no
ahead.
go. I'm just thinking about our election.
Oh God!
Continue.
I was gonna say I'm excited to see Angelo maybe get a little dirty, and like maybe see him kind of like not necessarily level down, but I don't know, a different take on things rather than always. He seems like he always takes the high road. I don't know. I think it's gonna push him to a point. Maybe
He takes the high road, but he definitely plays his position well. He knows where to throw out his influence, and I like that.
And he's got a good Rolodex himself. He knows people too.
Which he obviously did, because when Cookie went to her parole hearing, or to her meeting with her parole supervisor, she normally kind of does what she does, and so now there's this other person who attached her to some other big thing, and Angelo got her out of it. So he used his
Straight up.
yeah.
And he could have walked away then when
Yeah.
she
Right.
accused him of doing it
He
and kicked
likes
him
it.
out.
He likes it.
Okay.
Well, I like him.
So Andre and Nessa. So when Andre was in the kitchen cooking them pancakes and them grits for Nessa,
Them eggs.
who was laying in the bed, ready to get her breakfast served.
Sir. Yes. Sorry.
Shine comes in. There's a gun. Did you guys think that it was the end for Andre?
I don't know why I didn't.
I
didn't
didn't think
either.
it was the end, but I did feel like he got in there way too easily. You just beat up Shine. Shine is from the streets, and you just casually cooking eggs, like no extra anything.
You hear someone coming in and you just assume it's your brother.
You just
don't
still
look, don't
with
turn
your
around.
I didn't think that was
You know.
realistic.
Well, I'm going to assume that he probably lives in a penthouse.
I know
where
that.
there's secure. You're not having it.
You saw outside of Cookie's door. What were there? At various points, there's been weaponry. This is the thing. Yeah, there's security, but this is a different set of circumstance, and you're dealing with a street dude.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Let me defend Andre. I don't think Andre gives a damn.
At this point, huh?
Andre is kind of looking a little
Andre-
devilish.
Good way
Did
to
you
look
see
at
the
it.
lightning
Yeah,
bolt
Andre-
flash with the handshake?
When it comes to street mannerisms and so forth, Andre has it. Remember, he grew up the oldest. He saw a lot of things, and although he went to that business school, he's got a hood side. And did you see?
most definitely.
With him and
Did you
his
see how
daddy?
he didn't blink?
flinch,
He didn't
yeah.
flinch when Shine had the gun. So I could see why he doesn't have security, or I'm gonna defend that whole thing of why there was a lack of, because I don't think he cares, especially when your wife is dead. You
He's
you,
going through a
you
lot.
Do you
have
think
no,
he's at like a lowest low where he's just like, fuck it? I'm sorry.
yeah, it's no, you're good. I just don't think he fears death anymore. So what do
he's
he
I
there.
could see that,
Yeah.
Well, I
especially
mean,
when
after-
he punched out Shine and everything. And
I mean, a
that
ghost
was-
threesome might
Yeah.
do that for you. I don't know, but
That was his wife giving him the okay, I think, that he needed.
she didn't appear in this episode,
yeah.
so
So Nessa steps in. Okay.
Saves his life.
Now my problem with Shine is you little wankster. So you have a gun and you didn't check to see if there was a bullet.
And then you pull out the other. Oh.
That was really weird.
I
was
did
really
laugh,
weird.
honestly. It was embarrassing.
I'm like, is this a setup?
Right.
Did you just want to scare him? At that moment, I thought, okay, he doesn't want to hurt him. He just wanted to, scare him.
I thought he was
for a
going to
fact.
throw,
thinks
I thought he was
that
gonna throw the
before
pistol at him after that.
I thought he was coming to have a conversation like, no, this is what we're going to do. I could have just killed you. So since now you know that, but that didn't quite happen either. So
I think wankster is the perfect way to describe that.
Yeah. And so what you guys think when Nessa steps in and says no, like, you're not gonna do this, you're my only brother, I'm not losing you to the streets.
Wait, shout out to Amani. She says, I swear Andre and Jamal ain't afraid of no gun ever. So she's with you.
Right.
She's
Speaking
with
of
you.
Jamal, I had a flashback
I'm
when
King.
Nessa stepped in, how Jamal stepped in for his
free.
dad.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, she's gonna get herself shot on accident. Like that was what I was thinking could possibly happen.
She's also she's from the streets, kind of. Her and Andre have very similar.
They're the same.
They're really the same. So she's seen her brother act a fool before. So I don't think it was anything that she hasn't seen before. Although Shine says he tries not to do his dirt in front of his sister.
Right. I just feel like someone who pulled a trigger that didn't have a bullet in it, unbeknownst to them, could have easily accidentally pulled the trigger when his sister jumped in front of it.
Right.
Like he was just on a whole nother level.
And I feel like she has a lot more at stake now too, which is like as far as her career, and now she's finally getting what she's worked so hard for and everything. So.
And then when he said you smashing him, I really was surprised he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna send him over the edge. Like,
It was a weird
over the
scene.
edge.
It's just all types of interesting emotions.
Do you guys like this relationship with Andre and Nessa?
I actually kind of do.
Me too.
I love it.
I love it.
I was so happy
haven't
that she wasn't getting
decided.
mixed up with Baby Boy.
Well, yeah, he's just annoying.
Like,
How come? Why you?
I don't fully know if I like her yet.
Oh, okay.
I know. Is that weird?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm still on the fence with her. Because I think she did play them both a little bit.
Did
I
she?
mean, a little.
Well,
I think that's street smart.
That's street
Yes.
smart, but
I
also
I think it's
yeah.
just business.
But also at the same time, and we'll get on this later, but I'll save it. Okay, next relationship. Okay, so now let's go Hakeem versus everybody. What's your take on Hakeem versus Graham?
That's just ego. Like, you don't even really care about Tiana. You're not thinking about Tiana. You're just mad because Tiana got with Graham
And you have no one now.
Exactly.
yeah. So I
Exactly.
mean, and
so
I
petty.
want them to stop dressing Graham like Lil Romeo. I don't care. I'm getting Lil Romeo flashbacks, and I can't take him seriously.
I appreciate the way he is now in real life.
But
they're taking him way
yeah,
back.
the cornrows and the bandana. That really felt like he was about to Master P make him say no.
Is his hair really cornrowed?
It was on tonight's
It was
episode.
like slick or something.
Maybe they were twist. I don't know what they were doing, but it just felt really
It was pulled back
early
in some manner.
2000-ish.
Yeah.
Well, braids are in.
I know that they're in, not those kind, not
No,
those
it
kind.
was
Those
like
were
old school.
not with the band. That's like 2000. They, they
Okay.
have
And he
the
had
little
the
French
the
frizz up here.
3XL sweater, like the Eniche looking sweater. Like
It just felt a little
beautiful.
dated.
Very.
You liked it?
I didn't
You don't care.
I didn't care one way. So what? Who cares? I didn't care one way or the other about the storyline because it just
It was a
doesn't
throw
move.
in.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming upstairs. What?
But I do.
I think they just wanted to further prove that Hakeem is still very immature
Right.
But
and can be swayed anyway by his father.
yeah, and which obviously Lucious let them in to see how he
That was
would.
such a
how
good
I
he
point.
would-
love
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
He was like, think about it. How did they get in the first place?
Yeah.
And I feel like Cookie could take that advice too, like a little more, like that. The advice that Jamal gave Hakeem, Cookie needs to take too. Like, slow down, think things through for a second before you react, because they're all just so hot-headed that sometimes it's just a setup.
Yeah.
It's just Lucious playing his little game.
Okay, Hakeem versus Jamal. So Jamal knows his following is not what it used to be, so he wants to now collab with his brother because he got the hot beat that he got assisted from D Major with. What are your thoughts? Jamal all of a sudden now he's got his mojo for music. He's trying to control the setting. He wants it at his house. What's your take? Do you guys think that Jamal was out of pocket, or was he just playing the big brother who I guess takes control over his little brother?
I think he's trying to work his way back. He had a traumatic experience did we see a lot of pills and alcohol this episode? I can't remember. I think he's just trying to put himself in the most comfortable way in a situation where, yeah, let me get some heat off of my brother and in a safe setting so I can,
I don't think there's
Take it back
anything
up a
wrong
notch.
with wanting to have your brother have your back. Like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't use it against your brother. Like, you just fell off and you just using me. That's not what he's doing. Like, you eat, I eat. I eat, you eat. That's how we roll as a family. So I don't think anything was wrong with that. I just think asking Hakeem to have his back was probably just an easy way for it to backfire on him eventually, because Hakeem will get hot-headed over anything, over too hot tea. So...
Well, I think I'll disagree because it's one thing to ask your brother, hey, let's do this. But at the same time, you can't come in and just start hogging. I mean, he completely tried to hog the whole scenario. True. So Hakeem already had the place where he wanted it. Hakeem already said, okay, fine, cool. We can have it at your house. That's cool. But now you don't like what he's rapping. Like,
well, I thought that was too far.
Yeah.
You can't
you know,
really
you
control
don't, you
the
can't,
message.
you can't control someone's artistry, music. How would you? I mean, I'm not a fan of Jamal singing at all. How would you like it if I told him I don't like the key you're singing in, or stop trying to use your falsetto,
But I
or
think
why
it
don't
has
you
a
use
lot
your
to do with the
natural?
topic, the subject
Yeah,
of the
I mean,
song.
yeah,
and if he shouldn't have had Hakeem on the song, then he
Because
should
you
have
know
just
what
went a
type
different
of
route.
yeah, you know what type of rapper Hakeem is,
And you know what he can be. So
Yeah.
tell him to kind of simmer down a little bit. You're asking for trouble in a sense because you know who Hakeem is. That's like asking a hot girl to be a super angel. Like, it's not in me. I'll try, but
So
if I
hot
go back to
girls-
my OA.
So hot girls are just nasty girls?
Well, you can be a hot girl
could be
that's
versatile.
not like about a certain message. You know, if you want someone that's not about your message at all to be about your message, you're asking for them to come out of character.
But Jamal was using Hakeem's
Fame.
numbers
Yeah.
to
Fame.
kind of crawl back up there. So I see and I
And
agree.
maybe
I think with
Jamal
what you're
should have
saying.
just
Jamal should have done
made
his
a
own
harder,
thing.
a harder song and
Yeah.
stop trying to save the world
If you
and
want-
did something that would have been more in Hakeem's lane.
Right, yeah, he should have catered more to Hakeem in this
If you
scenario
needed
because
him-
he was joining
if you needed him.
Hakeem's thing. Like,
Because technically he gave the
Right.
song, he gave the beat to Hakeem,
Right.
therefore it's his song. Let me just say this about the song. I am so tired of that beat.
I'm tired of the we're gonna march it out. We're gonna march it out for the intro. What?
Yeah.
Why?
All of Hakeem's beats are it's that same hard beat. And
it's so angry.
yeah.
So how's that Rodney Jerkins music supervisor thing working out? Speaking of the repetitive beats this season, I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Do you want me to answer it?
Yeah.
Come with it.
No, I'm not going there. I mean, I don't know. He's a supervisor and producer, and so again, it's an artistry thing, and so you have to go based on the episodes. You know, Jamal, the real Jussie, he's a musician. He produces himself, so you have to. You can't step on people's toes. Yes, I would love a whole new different sound, which is what I thought they were gonna do when they got Rodney Jerkins to come, because last year you had Timbaland. So
Right.
I was expecting a whole new sound.
Right.
We didn't get it.
We did not.
I don't know what to say. I'm not in the studio.
And yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah, very. I went. You went there.
I just thought that since you mentioned that you went there about the falsetto and so forth, so it's just continuing the conversation around music.
Repetitiveness,
Before we
basically.
get to the whole Empire Extreme, so now let's go into Hakeem versus Lucious. So Lucious, there was this theme. He's trying to teach him how to be a man. He's trying to teach him that you must learn to destroy all men because you are a lion, and this is what you need in order to be a better father for your daughter Bella. Go.
Lucious puts the battery in his back every time, whatever direction he wants to go. First, it was, Bella's not your daughter. This is my daughter. You know, it's just like push-pull emotional play. And how old is Hakeem now on the show?
I think he's 20.
Is that
Still
really?
a baby.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
still a baby.
Okay. All right.
Because I would assume that they're going to have a 21st birthday party bash or something when his character turns 21.
Just, yeah, because I'm like, Hakeem, at a certain point, we've seen this quite a bit. You would think that you could sidestep some of these things or stop getting so involved. I mean,
I have to disagree.
He operates on his emotions.
Have any of you ladies ever been in a relationship, whether if it's with a man or just a friend that you can manipulate and get your way for certain things?
cold-blooded, Bill?
Nah.
You're cold-blooded?
Nah,
You don't
that's just you. That's
No. Y'all can front or you won't, but I know somebody.
Okay, I could only say like when I was a little younger, my father. Like I'm a daddy's girl, but I've never like.
Not for a
I
negative.
mean, okay, what degree of manipulation are we talking? Because
It is
if we-
just
Just
any type of manipulation where you can get your way.
But Lucious is so evil. He just sits there like the devil,
But-
like he's a
but
little
yeah.
devil on the left-hand side.
But
Andre and Nessa, he already
It's
had
the same
that.
thing. It's the same thing whether if it's Lucious dealing with Hakeem or if it's a hot girl at the club trying to get a free drink. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, did you think about this? We saw Hakeem
to deal with a lot. They deserve that free drink.
So there you go. So there's levels to this. So there are certain types of manipulation that we're okay
that's all
with.
that
You
skin.
know,
Some
and
is
then
very
with that,
innocent. Some is very treacherous.
Yeah, this is with Lucious. He's just like the devil. Go,
It's a whole nother word
unleash.
for him.
He's just like unleash havoc.
I just thought Hakeem would learn a little after a while.
That's what I'm
feel
saying.
it's
After
the
3
same-
seasons.
Yeah, it's just a little.
I would like to see
repetitive.
some growth.
He's 20. I mean, he's spoiled. He's a spoiled rich kid.
But you know that saying, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. I mean, shame on you, fool me twice, shame
Well,
on
look
me.
at
but
Justin
it's
Bieber. Why hasn't he learned?
He is the Justin Bieber of the show.
Yeah. Why
And
hasn't
Tiana is the Rihanna of the
why
show.
hasn't
And
why hasn't Justin learned?
I mean,
So
but
it takes time.
Chris Breezy, C Breezy.
No, it takes time, and if you have
You
a
make
bunch
a
of
really good point.
If
if you
Yeah,
have
I
a bunch of
cannot
yes,
argue with you right
if you
now.
have a bunch of yes people around you, when you get someone that's different, that actually says things like, you're the best, you're this, you're but do it in a way that's opposite of people just kissing your ass.
But here's my only thing with Hakeem. Why were you so mad? Sorry, that was spray. Why were you so mad? Like, why were you so mad at Jamal? Because he asked you to change a little bit of your song. I get it, your artistic integrity, but that's not what that was about. That was about something
The
else. You're taking
vibe.
like these low blows, calling him Frank
Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah, a fake ass Frank Ocean. Let me get it out
Well,
correctly.
well, okay, so now let's just go to the Empire Extreme. Open floor.
Wait, can we go back to
go-
one thing really quickly that I just want to mention?
Yeah.
Shout out to Foxy Brown, because I do remember
She was-
Shine. But Shine told Lucious, "You an industry guy.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
an
a-
in the streets guy."
Yeah.
That's Foxy Brown's line. You an
Hey.
industry chick. I'm an in the streets chick.
I
From,
thought-
oh yeah, what are ya? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought
exactly.
that was one of Exhibit the Rapper's lines.
No,
and
that
one
was
of
a
his-
Foxy Brown
It sounds like an
line.
exhibit.
Gotcha.
That
No,
is
you're
a
way
Foxy Brown
Yeah.
line.
Okay, that was
Yeah,
I wondered.
so-
Yeah.
I just wanted to do that. Now back to the extreme.
So
Yeah.
everything was going as planned. Cookie. Well, let's backtrack. So before the Empire Extreme happened, Jamal brings Cookie over to talk to Hakeem, and Cookie gets everybody on board, saying, "Listen,
After she called them sissies.
typical Cookie."
I thought she was going to say
yeah.
no offense, Jamal, but
You know,
I was like,
yeah, she's like, y'all acting like girls, stop acting like sissies.
and then it's just like,
I have
you
sons
know.
or
Yeah.
daughters.
Yeah, and then she's like, all right, are we good, Hakeem? He's like, yeah. She's like, give me a kiss, and then she slaps him, and it's like, clean his goddamn house.
And keeps it moving. I mean,
Cookie's who she is.
Cookie's the cleanup woman. She comes in, Lucious has his way and his type of things that he handles and cleans up. Cookie has her own. They, both ultimately want the same thing, family unity and money, just their methods are kind of
Both have
different.
strong ass personalities.
Right.
I don't understand why Hakeem was so mad. Who knew you were even into Nessa like that?
I mean, I could tell he was into her, but
He's into
I thought it was a friend thing. I thought he had respect for Nessa.
she checked him in the beginning.
Yeah, so I thought it was
I
something
think,
else.
I think the last episodes, you can tell that he showed like a subtle sign that he liked her. But my thing is, when they had the meeting, when Lucious got them all together for security to tell them all what happened, why couldn't anybody, like me personally, if I know that now all of a sudden I have security at my door and all, like, I want to know what happened.
Right.
All right.
Exactly
so
what laid out
what
1-to-1.
exactly happened, because it wasn't put out there that Andre was the one that actually gave the beat down. They made it seem like Lucious did.
He
so
said us. He said
said-
me and Andre handled it.
but I still, if
was very
if my
vague.
life has to
He was.
change and people around me,
I'll know every detail.
I need to know like what happened.
But Hakeem is used to the chaos, and we have
Yeah.
to remember he was kidnapped by
Yeah.
what was the thing. So
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, oh, whatever, lock it down. This is just some more stuff, and we'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he knows that there's beef with Shine and that they're mad about Nessa. So he just assumed, one, that it was just something to do with that on that
The
level.
contract.
2, why would Nessa be looking at Andre?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why would Andre be looking at Nessa?
Yeah, like how,
You know
how would that ever
probably
come
flowed
to
through.
be
So
in his mind?
yeah. So he was just caught all off guard. And,
Okay, so oh, go ahead.
No.
So the streaming is going well, and so now Lucious or Hakeem says that he's gonna put it all out there and he's gonna confess his love for Nessa. And Messy Lucious was like,
These numbers ain't good enough. Let me get in your ear real
Well,
quick.
you know, and then
That's your brother's girl.
and then he loses his. What's your take on Hakeem's rhyme going against his siblings?
Again, why are you that mad?
It was really aggressive.
Why?
Yeah.
You're calling him. You've been dressing up in women's clothes since
Yeah.
you're a child,
That's
and you're
just not
like,
cool.
why are you going that hard? Just because?
Man, they love hard and they hate hard. That's like
And
it's, everything's
it's a vicious
100.
cycle.
Yeah.
And they do it over and over again. Because I'm like, some of the things that they say to one another, I'm like, I wouldn't talk to you ever in this
No.
lifetime ever again if you were a family member. But they are so used to it, they deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
They'll be good again next week. But again, he needs to grow up. I don't care. He
He's
is like
20
Justin Bieber.
years old, and I'm not making excuses because you have 30, 40-year-olds who need to grow up. But,
Very true.
But if you have grown up and you've had all of this around you and no one's telling you anything, then how do you expect him to grow up if no one's taking care of him?
Since that's been the whole thing for
Yeah.
Bella. Wait, we forgot to shout out the unsung hero of this episode, Boo
Who?
Kitty,
Oh,
who
yeah.
managed to calm Shine down simply by saying, "Hey, we'd like to give you an imprint."
Oh, I was going to get to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the
my
last
bad.
topic, but it's okay.
I just
ahead
had
over there.
a little bit of a head just
Yeah.
because I thought that was so overly simplistic.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Well, I
for
feel like
Shine.
that's
Anyway.
her.
Mm-hmm.
That's her. She's going to look out for herself.
I have one thing I just have to nitpick about. So when they were doing the Empire Extreme, so you saw the green screen of them on New York and Times Squares, and so you saw the people that was walking. Could they have got somebody to just kind of turn around and like look?
Pay
I saw
attention.
one
Have their cell
person. I
phone?
saw one person look. I don't remember if it was the New York or the other city that was showing it, but I saw like a.
You know,
But that was
and
it.
then, and then to show for Lucious to show that all the
numbers.
numbers are going up. I was just like,
Is it really? Right. It wasn't.
It was just that it should have been a little more engaging
Yeah.
regarding
The
Times
numbers, at
Square
least.
and people watching, getting
Right.
involved. That was just something. But
I would have appreciated seeing someone at home watching it on the internet, like,
Yeah.
oh shoot,
Yeah.
like,
you know,
it's on,
bringing
it's on,
it,
or
yeah, like look
something.
at this drama,
you know,
or
Social
somebody,
media popping,
somebody,
something.
yeah, sharing it on
Yeah.
Instagram or tweeting it or something like that, versus those green screens.
now this is my thing. So I mean, I'm not mad that Hakeem did what he did. My only problem is, so if you are going to take charge at your brothers, then you need to suffer the consequences, because this is not the first time that Hakeem has done something out of pocket. So if you want to publicly call your middle brother a Frank Ocean, you want to call him a sissy and all the other things that you want to do, then the security needs to let them go and let them fight. Because if you are bold
On
enough,
camera?
yes,
Wild and on a vibe.
yes, absolutely.
They
If
need
you're bold enough, if you trying to live the life that you rap about,
Live it.
and you are going to insult your brother, they need to stop all this. Stop, turn the cameras off. Listen, the cameras got enough to be able to take what they have and run with it. So Cookie,
sure.
as far as you cutting the camera off, who
It's
cares?
over, right?
We've already seen.
yeah.
All you need is 5 seconds, and TMZ will
It's
run that
all
clip
over the
all over
shade
and over
room.
again. Yes, shade exactly. So therefore, stop trying to hold him back. Stop trying to protect Hakeem. Now he needs to take his ass whooping, or he needs to fight, because
That could
what
be a
you
way
said,
how he can start to grow too, is
Yeah.
by getting those repercussions.
Yeah, he needs to. Just like
But did you say you weren't mad at him for
I'm
doing
not,
it?
I'm not mad at him for doing it. I just need now for him to own it,
Yeah.
and I need them to the brothers to beat his ass, or they need to fight. Let him have
Andre
at
would
it.
kill
Let
him
'em fight.
if they really like.
But you know what? That's the consequence
No, I'm
that
saying
you
though
take.
they should
Yeah.
they should let like he just talks all this mad smack and no one like nobody.
Girl, you
Yeah.
want to choke him.
Because
Yeah.
it's like
he's a
if
baby.
he
It's
gets
like, oh,
away
he's
with
just
it,
talking.
then how is he going to grow up?
Right.
I mean, I think it's going to be Nessa that's going to put him in his place.
I think that might be a possibility, because even when she brought him to the side, like, we could have talked about this
Mm-hmm.
separately. I think she's
You'd
going
have
to
to
shake
just-
him
I
in the
think
shape.
it's going to be Nessa. She
Yeah.
seems to have a calming presence over both he and Andre.
Yeah. So final
Maybe
thing.
Abby
So
will like him, like her.
Yeah,
later.
I maybe we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. It
Final-
takes me a while.
So final thing. So now Tariq, Lucious, and Shine. So Boo Boo Kitty, we've already discussed how she offered him his own imprint. So Nessa's not signed, but Frida is.
He's about to manipulate Frida. I'm just wondering how you could get beat like that, get your artist taken from you that you have a special affinity for, and an imprint makes it all okay.
He just wants something. I think.
Because
It's a setup. I
Yeah.
know he's working with Tariq.
The freak. Sorry. I had to say Tariq the freak.
I'm so sick of Tariq though. You see, I got Cookie's probation. No,
He's so
you didn't do
annoying.
anything
Yeah.
because Cookie's not doing anything. Every time you try one of these things, you fail. The teddy bear abolished. You trying to flip all these people. Just
All the thirst bucket antics. I feel like, when is it
It's
going to
just
come to an
lame,
end? When is it
all
going to come to a dead
illegal.
end?
Yes, sit down.
okay, I'm gonna defend Tariq because as an investigator, they have 100 plans that they're doing. So it's just it's all it is a test. And so it's just a test,
one
test,
bites? Which one
and which one
sticks?
bites. And obviously the whole thing with Lucious saying that Shine is not a snitch. He's not a snitch. He's not a snitch.
Clearly
Well,
he is.
I
clearly
saw that
he
part and I
is.
was like,
And so he is. And so say what you want to say about Tariq, but Tariq has Shine in his pocket.
He does. But, I mean, the thing is, the dangerous... I don't understand really where Shine is going with this, because if Lucious goes to jail and you have your imprint, what happens to your little imprint? How does that work out business-wise? You think you're just going to come in and take
I
over?
think it'll definitely get back to him. It'll be traced right back to Shine.
Because Shine is not thinking about longevity. He's in the moment. He's a
Right.
street dude. So as long as he's in cahoots with Tariq, now he has his imprint. He can make his money, do what he want to do, and he's thinking that he
That's
doesn't.
going to take Lucious out.
Yeah, and then therefore he'll be able to use his fame with his imprint, and then he thinks maybe Universal will take him on. So
Well-
he's not thinking business savvy.
Is it possible too, now that he has Frida, like that possibly like I don't know, just
Yeah.
thinking like a little down the line, like could that?
He doesn't care about Frida. He's going to use Frida in some
But
capacity.
could
Frida's
she
always
maybe
a
bring
pawn.
Jamal
Yeah.
over and then like do you
don't
know?
think he
see any
messing
of
with
that
her no more.
happening?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I was trying to make
think
something
that-
happen out of that.
No, he's going to use Frida in some other way,
Okay.
and especially because of who her dad was
True.
and that connection. That's something else at work there.
Okay.
I think just in the end, I think he's gonna die. He has to die.
He has to die.
He gotta
Take him out.
go.
Yeah.
Take him
I
out.
was hoping they were going to get to him before all that whole scene with the cars and the guns and all that unnecessary. Like, I thought it was going to be a shootout. I thought he was going to do like a drive-by or something like
My
that.
point exactly. And you roll up in there with an unloaded gun.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that just sounds unprepared and
You can't take him
ungangster.
on the heist.
Unprofessional.
Yeah.
I need you to take care of business. And
How are
come
you
with-
a thug and you're not ready to,
We
crack
saw them loading up the
Yeah.
guns. What happened?
something?
And then another thing is, so you declare war on the Lions. You have your entire goon squad. There's a gazillion cars, and you going after the Lions.
Anyone.
But then you decide to have a nice sit-down brunch over Lucious' house.
Right. Set up once again. I mean, I don't see why Lucious isn't
You can't be
putting
trusted.
together some logic with this. Like, he's folding really easy.
Mm-hmm.
After we
Maybe
whooped
Lucious
his
does
ass
know.
in the office,
Yeah.
he's folding rather easily.
I think his ego might be getting in his way.
I think Lucious is not like I don't think Lucious trusts him.
No, I don't think I don't think he trusts him at all, and I think he's the kind of guy who he wants to keep in his back pocket.
Yeah, you got to
And
keep your enemies close.
He wants to keep them alive, but I think once he finds out, well, this is a perfect segment now to go into predictions.
It's prediction time. Whoop.
And here we go.
Well, predictions. So let's go. Hit it.
So who wants to go first?
I'm gonna go second to last.
Okay.
Second to last. All right, well then I'll go first. All right, guys. So I think that this is all just going to continue. I mean, when's the fall break?
We have about
How many episodes
2
do we
or
have
3
left?
more shows.
3 more episodes.
Okay. So I'm hoping that Shine's taken care of by that fall break. I think that would be nice if he's gone. However, I think that Anika's going to become a little bit more predominant again. She's been bored housewife, and I think that in this episode she kind of proved herself a little bit to Lucious, so I think she's going to use that to her advantage.
Baby's still an infant.
I know, but she was bored after like a week. And then other than that, I mean, I'm honestly so sick of Hakeem, so I'm just really hoping that something happens with him where he grows a little bit after this whole scenario.
What I would like to see happen, my prediction is I would like to see Shine taken out or something real, because so far this isn't really a competition. I'm not really fearful of Shine and what he's going to do. I think Andre and Nessa are going to go up a notch, and I want to see what happens as Nessa's star rises, how Andre deals with being in a relationship with someone who's ascending, and if Rhonda comes back to guide him on his new relationship goals, who still hasn't had a funeral.
Oh my gosh!
Anyway.
We're not gonna let that go.
I feel like Rhonda definitely gave the blessings for Andre and Nessa by
She
participating.
gave something.
By participating or whatnot. So I'm really excited for Andre to just kind of live his life a little more for himself. As far as Shine, he's a joke. I'm already annoyed with him. He needs to go. Anika is laying down her foundation. I don't know if she was for real trying to work with Shine, like A&R with his imprint and all that. I'm curious to see if that grows into something.
I think she would if the opportunity presented itself, because it's an opportunity to establish herself.
But that's if Shine is
outside-
still around.
Right.
Which I have to disagree. My prediction is I don't think Shine's gonna die just yet. He won't die before the winter break, because if Boo Boo Kitty now starts doing A&R, she's gonna be working for the imprint, so now Boo Boo Kitty is
Could be
also
the enemy.
involved, and she's could be working with Shine or she could be working against him. But by her being involved with the A&R is going to eventually help Lucious and Cookie take him down. So therefore, he can't die just yet, because then Boo Boo
the
Kitty
setup.
won't be able to have her storyline.
Right.
But no real predictions for me. I'm really enjoying the show. It's good to be back. And so now let's let everyone know where you guys can be found on social media.
You can find Rhavin with the V at B Stays Busy, BIZZY, all over the place.
You can find me, Abigail Fraher, at Abigail Fraher.
And you can find me, Jill Munroe, at Stiletto Jill, and check out JacksonStilettoJill.com if you're into sports and pop culture.
And you can find me on all social media at Bamm Ericsen. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode here at AfterBuzz TV for Empire Season 3, Episode 5. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
Shout out to you guys in the chat room, too.
Yes, Erica Walker,
Thank
Ashley
you.
Powell,
Imani King.
Mason. And that's all we see on the screen. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.